I have attended protests and rallies in the past when I agreed with the goals, when I supported the people expressing their concerns and their issues. Black Lives Matter is an excellent example of that. But I have also chosen to not go anywhere near protests that have expressed hateful rhetoric, violence towards fellow citizens, and a disrespect not just of science, but of the frontline health workers and, quite frankly, the 90% of truckers who have been doing the right thing to keep Canadians safe, to put food on our tables. Canadians know where I stand. This is a moment for responsible leaders to think carefully about where they stand and who they stand with.
Oh, shut up, Justin. That's enough out of you. Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp.
It's your handyman. You got the tools. Won't you make it so my heart don't ache and it ain't nobody's fool?
And let's just really quickly break down some of the things that this guy just said.
Black Lives Matter is an excellent example of that. But I have also chosen to not go anywhere near protests that have expressed hateful rhetoric, violence towards fellow citizens.
Now, as far as I can find, there have been exactly 0 injuries and 0 incidents of violence thus far in this protest, which I don't think the same can be said about Black Lives Matter. And the comparison is just stupid anyway. But hey, Trudeau brought it up, so we'll talk about it. About the only thing that I could find was this article talking about how there was some investigations into illegal activity. And when you look at it, what they're talking about is vandalism. And you think to yourself, well, vandalism? Well, surely it must be something like this, right? Nope. The unacceptable vandalism from these people is this. And I guess technically this is vandalism. Technically. But you can just take that stuff. I mean, it's like putting a hat on a statue, you know? It's not exactly the same as spray painting it, destroying it, you know, all that stuff. In fact, when you look at the list of monuments and memorials removed during the George Floyd protests on Wikipedia, yes, there's a Wikipedia for it. If you search, vandalized is said 24 times, and toppled is said 71 times. And we all know toppled is a way to say that you agree with the destruction of whatever it is. Sounds good, right? Yeah, revolution, topple the monuments. Yeah, compare that to this. Okay.
We were coming from different places and we met in front of our building. And then this guy with this huge truck came and tooting, you know. And I said, this is awful. Let's go and stop him.
Oh, man. That's comedy gold right there. I mean, this is the Babylon Bee, right? And he was tooting and it was awful. It was awful. Let's stop him.
This huge truck and a bunch of littler trucks came up our little street here, honking away, and we just decided we'd had enough, and we thought we'd make a statement.
Oh man, those truckers better look out. Trudeau has released the Canadian Karens.
And we were up high in their cab of the truck, right, looking down on us. We couldn't hear anything they had to say, and they didn't want to hear us. So I wanted to communicate to them that we just did not support what they're doing. So I just did a thumbs down. Every time he honked his horn, I did a thumbs down, and so there were a lot of thumbs down.
This is priceless. And so there was a lot of thumbs downing. This is pretty Canadian though, right? Yeah. I didn't like what they were doing, so I gave them a big old thumbs down, and I hope they didn't think I was too rude,
So there were a lot of thumbs down.
It wasn't an easy thing to do, but it was an impromptu thing, and we've had enough. We've had enough. This is This is an occupation. This isn't a protest.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't an easy thing to do. How brave. Just, wow. Wow, the bravery. The absolute bravery to give a thumbs down to truckers that are fighting against vaccine mandates and passports who could potentially, have the military called in on them. I mean, that's a pretty big consequence for protesting. But you standing up with zero consequences and nothing even being nothing even being said to tell you to stop. Well, geez, the bravery, the true bravery, eh?
All of us are a certain age. We've been fighting a long time for women's rights. We're kind of used to it. But that was scary. I mean, that's a huge truck. They're bullies. It's not easy to stand up to a bully, and you very rarely win anything.
But I figured that they wouldn't come out and assault 3 women of our age, because that wouldn't look good on camera, that's for sure. I am really disappointed in the Ottawa police. There is nobody enforcing the law downtown. There is nobody. They don't have a permit to protest. Nobody knows when they're going. They're vandalizing stuff. They're intimidating people in local businesses. We've had enough.
Now, that is a fair point. Did they get their permits from the government to protest what the government is doing? Because that's important for the credibility of your protest. It's pretty important. In fact, I would like to speak to the manager of the protest, please. So Trudeau sent in the Karens to try to get this whole thing sorted out, but check out these ladies. These women are absolute badasses. I mean, seriously, which side would you like to be on between these two groups of people?
Just presenting what's going on behind the scenes. Who are you?
I'm Bernadette, and we came here with Anna from Toronto. We brought 1,550 Polish sausages for our truckers. We brought some bread and buns and Polish donuts. And you know what? We know that they drive, so we didn't bring alcohol, but should they request some Polish vodka, we're very happy to bring that too.
Okay, that is wonderful. Why did you do this?
Because we stand behind them. We come from communist country, and we came here because we didn't want to have oppression. We wanted to live in a free country, and for the last 2 years we're living like prisoners. We are being told to stay at home. We're told not to go to the restaurant, not to go to the church. I mean, this is unbelievable. During communism times we were able and free to go to the church, and there were times over here where we couldn't. So I really can't take it anymore. So I'm going to be coming here with the food weekly, bi-weekly, every 2 or 3 days until it ends.
Yeah, let's just hear that part one more time.
We come from communist country, and we came here because we didn't want to have oppression. We wanted to live in a free country, and for the last 2 years we're living like prisoners.
Now, I think you can probably guess which side I line up on here. Let me know what you guys think. My name is Swamp. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.